Welcome. We have a few new faces and we have some returning people. My name is Wendie Lash, and I am a meditation teacher, spiritual director, spiritual entrepreneur, and I live in Redwood City on land that was originally inhabited by the Lamshan group of the Ramaytush Ohlone tribe. And I love to honor them and this beautiful land that I live in. And I want to just say a few words. If you're a new meditator, um, please be kind and compassionate to yourself. That this is a practice that we work on throughout our life. And if it isn't quite going the way you think it is supposed to go, let go of that. It is what it is. Um, the words of a famous tune, just let it be. And please feel free to reach out to me through my website. Or Wendie at wendielash.com. Just make sure you spell it IE. And I'd be happy to support you if you're a new meditator. We are trying to cultivate spaciousness and relief from the hyperness that we may have around, especially this time, but really just being human beings anytime. We have a tendency to focus on things, and meditation allows us to pull back and actually to cultivate our own inner observer, our own inner stillness, and to be able to observe and honor our experience more so that we can know what it is that we really need and get off of some kind of routine that may be not serving us. So again, accept whatever happens today. I'm going to do a tiny bit of opening and setting the tone for this week's meditation. I'll use a chant to take us in, and then I'll do some guided amount of meditation and then leave you for a little bit in that quietness to relax and practice, and then bring you back out. We'll finish with a reflection. And for those of you on the Zoom, if you want to stay an extra 15 minutes, we can either do question and answers, or we can do some sharing and question and answers in smaller groups. We'll see what the numbers look like near the end. So that's our plan for today. And today's focus is on the soul. And in Judaism, we have many words for soul. The idea that the soul, maybe one way to think about it is the soul is like an onion with many layers. And the soul work that we do, the ways that we like to improve ourselves, that we like to do, tikkun hanefesh is a Hebrew word, repair of the soul, very similar to tikkun olam, repair of the world, the social justice work that we do out in the world. We also like to do our inner work. So the level of the soul that Judaism says was birthed into us is pure. Like the way we were born was not needing to fix anything. We were born in this beautiful divine state. And over time, it gets a little dirty. It has interactions we carry around. One way some people think about it is we've got this baggage that we're carrying, a knapsack of stuff that, oh, I did that, or I wished I'd done that. And we carry that around. And so there are opportunities to work on that, to unload the backpack, the knapsack, to take it out, dust it off, and to try to make amends in some way that we were not our most skillful. And balancing that at the same time is this sense that at our core, at our essence, the pure part of our soul called Neshama is actually divinely perfect. We were meant to be the way that we are and not to be like anybody else. So we have these different qualities of soul where we know that we need to do work on ourselves to become better people. And at the same time, we also hold the quality that we're okay. We're not broken. We don't we if we can touch that inner core, then we can realize that we are divine and our intentions are divine. So we're going to try and get down to that inner core of the soul today, the neshama. And what's beautiful about Hebrew is how it connects concepts by the fact that they're connected to the root. So neshama has the exact same root as neshima, which is the word for one of the words for breath. And so, and also if you go back to the creation story in Genesis, God breathes into the first human being. So that breath is the beginning of the soul. So as we do our breath meditation today, the my hope is that you'll be able to connect with that pure, sacred, divine essence of who you all are, connecting that neshama with that neshima. And just one more little concept here, the Kabbalistic idea of that we all have this beautiful neshama. We are all sparks of the divine, and what covers them are these husks or shells. And in Judaism right now, we're in this period called the Omer, and we're working on, it's one of those times that we work on removing those husks by looking at different qualities of the soul, trying to be more generous one week and have more patience another week, and things like that. So if you're counting the Omer, you can think about it as this is another way to try. We're trying to get to that beautiful neshama that's inside of all of us. So the words of the chant that I'm going to use today is from the morning liturgy, and it's Elohai Neshama Shenatata Bi Tehorahi, and it means Elohai, my God, the neshama, the soul that you have given me, she is pure. So I would like to give you a little intention, but I'd also like to invite you to have your own intention as we finish the chant, or as I finish the chant, um, and feel free to sing along with me. Um, I I will give you a moment to set your own intention. Um, you can use mine, or that I'm about to give you, or you can add the two and can have more than one intention. And so, an intention is something like I open to, or I release, or I intend, or I hope to find. And if we don't hit our intention, it's okay. But setting an intention is one way to make them to put a container around the meditative space of this is what I want to do today. So my intention for you is that you all get a chance to touch that beautiful neshama that you are, and recognize that even though there are things that you're carrying around that you might wish that you would be differently, or had done something, or you said something that wasn't the most skillful, that you can also hold and touch the neshama that is this beautiful light that is inside each and every one of you today. So I will invite you to get comfortable. And if you want to close your eyes in the chant, that's fine too. And this is a beautiful tune that I was introduced to by Rabbi Jeff Roth. Elohai Neshama Shenata Tabi Tehora He Elohai Neshama Shenata Tabi Tehora Elohai Neshama Shanata Tabi Tehora Elohai Neshama Shanata Tabi Tehora So I invite you to see if there is a personal intention that you want to set for yourself. I intend to fill in the blank. I open to, I release, I wish for, or you may be called to, there's someone that you're holding in your heart. You can dedicate this time and your practice to that person or a group of people and bring them into this time with you. So let's start. If your eyes are closed or if you want to softly gaze somewhere away from the screen, by noticing the breath, noticing your inhale and your exhale, noticing the rhythm, the circle of receiving and giving. Noticing the cool air coming in and the warm air that is enlivened by your life force. Noticing in the body how the chest receives and the belly receives the breath, and how when we exhale, we release, softening the shoulders and the belly and the chest. And taking a few moments to start at the top of your body, and with each breath, scanning down, noticing what are the sensations that you feel. Noticing anywhere where something's tight, you might need to move. to release. If something feels like it needs an extra sensation or help, you can breathe tightness into that. Breathe into that tightness, I should say. And as you exhale, just soften and let the body naturally release. And so continuing to scan down the body, spending extra time wherever you personally need it. Using the breath to tell you where the body needs a little bit of extra support to release and let go. Not sure why that's happening, Lisa. I hear someone. It's not me. Yeah, maybe Lisa, you can figure it out. Why we're hearing somebody. Ah, there we go. I got it. Okay. So, and so we connect our breath to our soul. It's really already connected. But we turn our attention, inviting our awareness that with each breath, we're trying to let go of some sense of not feeling our essence of our sacredness and our divinity. Breathing in the breath of life, breathing out and letting go. And what will naturally happen as we try and focus on the breath is that our mind will wander. Our thoughts that we are hoping to put aside will come in, and we'll use the breath to give them a little, float them away. So as something comes into your mind, or you're losing the focus of being with your breath, breathe in, and as you breathe out, see if you can imagine letting that thought or whatever distraction came up float away. And with the next breath, focus your attention back on your breath and on your body. Breathing in the sacred life giving energy of the breath, and breathing out and connecting your breath with the sacred energy of all creation and all life. So returning to the breath, breathing in and breathing out. It's okay to notice. Notice what's happening in the mind. Notice the body. Notice what is catching your thought. And then on the next breath, simply let it go, releasing into a spaciousness and openness as best as you can in each moment. Without judgment, we just return to the softness and the ease of the breath, which is always with us. Breathing in and breathing out. So just a few more moments. What I'd like to do today is to take you out with a different Elohai Neshama chant. I'm not sure who wrote it, but I'm very grateful to know it. And it has some English words to it. So I think the first part of it can be very helpful if Hebrew is not calling to you or you're not facile with Hebrew. And it's, again, that beautiful connection between Neshima, the breath, and Neshama, the pure, radiant soul that we all are. And it goes like this. Take a breath. Don't even think about it. Just breathe. Take a breath. Don't even think about it. Just breathe. Take a breath. Don't even think about it. Just breathe. Elohai Neshama Shenata Tabi Tehorahi Tehorahi. So take a big breath in and exhale and let it go. And just return to your normal breathing. And if your eyes are closed when you're ready, you can gently open them again. What I thought we would do, we have a few minutes left. I'm rethinking this each week. I realize the questions and answers are really nice for people to hear in the stream and also in the recording. So I thought we would take the last 6 or 7 minutes, take a few questions, and I'll respond to them. And then we can continue that on and maybe do breakout rooms after that or just continue the questions and answers. So I'm going to switch to unspotlight me and move to a gallery view. And if you have a question or a comment, oh, there's Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia. One of my beautiful teachers, mentors, Sylvia Borstein. So thank you for coming. And see if there are questions or comments. I'm going to leave us with a reflection that we can share as well, which is, what did you experience in your body? What did you notice in your mind? Or anything that is calling to you. So you can raise your hand physically, since I can see you all, and I can unmute you if there's something that you want to share or a question that you want to ask. And we have a yes. Ina.
Yes.
Hello.
Thank you for all of your directions. They were perfect. Here I am in sunny Florida. This is, Wendie, this is the most peaceful I have felt in the last 2.5 months.
Mm,
I thank you so much. You certainly get to the heart of things, and I'm just delighted to be guided and feel all those things again and have all of this terrible quarantine business go away, at least just for the time that we were together. Um, thank you so much. I I will be here every week.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. So glad that you could get on and you could hear okay.
Let me hold up this wonderful little sound bar that I
Okay.
just received this morning from Amy. And I figured out, I'm fighting my way into this century with all of this stuff. So I found out where to plug in what. And I figured the worst thing that happened is it run by gas and I'd plug it in where. But
Okay. Thank you. So glad
thank
to have
you.
you here and so glad that you found some moments of peace and
Oh, a lot.
glad
Thank
to
you.
have you here and holding all of us in practice together.
Virtual hugs.
Thank you. And to you too. Anyone else? Question, comment, Leslie.
So thank you. That was beautiful. And
Can you speak up? Just get a little closer to your mic, Leslie.
so thank you. That was beautiful. And I recently had an opportunity to do a 4-week class with Rabbi Roth. So my question, I know there's not a right or a wrong way, but I'm wondering if I could become more skillful. So sometimes when I'm meditating, I'll have something in my head that I'm going to do. Rabbi Roth teaches different techniques. And then I get tired of one and I switch to the other and go back and forth. And I'm wondering if it would be worthwhile to become more skillful in sticking with something, or if it's okay to go from Yud Hey Vav Hey to May You Be at Peace and back and forth. Thanks.
So I just want to ask a little clarity from you, Leslie. Is that within a particular meditation or you're talking about meditation A and at another time meditation B?
No, so like this one, I had someone in my thoughts and I was breathing in. So for my own child and the children I mentor, I was, may my children be safe, may my children be healthy. And then that got boring. And so then I switched to Yud Hey Vav Hey with the breathing. And then I went back to May My Children. And then I went over to Aya, Asher, Aya. And, I kind of focused on my breath. I didn't have thoughts about what I was going to make for dinner. But I was just wondering if I should put a little effort into sticking with one thing.
Okay, it's
in a sit.
It's a great question. And I'm going to give you an answer for me, which is very different probably than my teachers gave me when I trained as a meditation teacher. I was trained, Jonathan Omerman, Alan Liu, were like, stick to something and you get something out of being consistent. And I absolutely agree with that. And I have a very active mind. And in fact, Jeff Roth, he and I had a conversation one day about this. And I said to him, my mind is all over the place. And one of the things that he told me to do in a particular meditation was to change it up within the meditation, but to then have a rhythm. So what am I hearing? What am I feeling? What am I tasting? What am I sensing? So it gave the active Wendie mind a place to be active, but it kept me in a rhythm, because if your attention is off on, well, what am I going to do? Should I do this meditation or should I not do this meditation? You're actually not getting the benefits that you want, but it gave me enough playfulness and creativity in there to not feel bored. Although I must say, learning to do something over and over again and moving through the boredom and saying, well, that's part of it. So both and I haven't given you a full answer because I also feel like it's important to explore and see what works for you. Sometimes I will, and I've been on meditation retreats with Sylvia, and she knows this. So I'll share, sometimes I'll start out and I'll be doing my phrases, and then I'll need to move to my chant phrases. For those of you who weren't here last week, I introduced the practice of metta, or loving kindness, compassion meditation, where you use phrases. And so to be able to not hold on to any criticism is really important, to be kind to yourself. And it's really good to push yourself a little bit to see, well, what's beneath that? Is there a deeper level that I might be able to get to if I try to stay? So I'm giving you a both and answer, and let me know how it goes and what you discover. So I think that's all the time that we have for right now. I'm going to close the live stream in just a moment, and then we can stay for another 15 minutes and do some question and answers. And so I just want to thank you all for being here and practicing with me. I am very grateful. I am not a very good by myself meditator, so this is wonderful for me too, to be in the presence of people that are practicing. And I'm just going to switch to the spotlight, to be in the practice of others who are practicing. It holds me, and you're live and you're juicy and you're warm, even though you're not in the same room with me. I couldn't do this if it was just me sitting alone trying to do a recording. So all of the people out there that get to also participate in that, we all thank you for your practice and your presence. And the way that I like to end is based on something I learned from my friend Julie Emden, but I've changed it to fit for me, and to honor the divine in each one of us. The words are B'Tselem Yah, so in the image of Yah, may you know that the Neshama, the light that is inside of you, shines very, very brightly, and for all of us. And I honor that and thank you for your presence and your practice. B'Tselem Yah.